South Korea President Yoon Yeol will face an impeachment vote on Saturday. Now, the leader of his own party has demanded that he stands down over his martial law attempt, warning he posed a great danger to the country. Now, his comments from Han Dong-hoon, the head of the ruling People Power Party, indicates that enough lawmakers may vote to impeach him. Han's comments were a U-turn from Thursday when he said that he would block the impeachment. And another party leader insisted all 108 members of the PPP would unite to support Yoon in Saturday's vote.
I heard from a reliable source that President Yoon Yeol ordered counterintelligence commander Yeol to arrest key politicians based on accusations of anti-state activities during martial law.
But Han said on Friday that Yoon's refusal to acknowledge that he had done anything wrong in declaring martial law on Tuesday night had prompted his change of position. Han said that Yoon had not taken any personal action against military officials who had illegally intervened.
The president is not even admitting that it was wrong to declare martial law. Therefore, if President Yoon Yeol is allowed to continue running the government affairs, there is a significant risk of extreme actions like reattempting to impose martial law, which could potentially put the Republic of Korea and its citizens in great danger.
Yoon suspended civilian rule late on Tuesday and deployed troops and helicopters to parliament only for lawmakers to vote down the measure and force him into a U-turn in a night of protests and drama. The opposition quickly filed an impeachment motion saying that Yoon, quote-unquote, gravely violated the constitution and the law. The opposition holds a large majority in the 300-member legislature and requires only a handful of defections from the PPP to secure the two-thirds majority needed for the impeachment. According to a poll issued on Thursday by Real Meter, 73.6% of respondents supported the impeachments. Thousands of protesters continue to rally in central Seoul and near the parliament on Thursday evening, demanding the president to step down. If the impeachment motion passes, Yoon will be suspended pending a verdict by Constitutional Court. If the judges give the nod, Yoon will be impeached and new elections must take place within 60 days. And we now have with us Bill Gallo, VOA correspondent, who is joining us live from Seoul. Bill, good to have you with us on the program. Give us the details here. While it was touted, that's what the president had said, that this is perhaps under the garb of a threat from the North Korea. And as it seems and as the situation has unfolded, it looks like it was because of his own political motivation. Give us the details. What's exactly happening there?
Yes, it does seem like it was politically motivated, as you say. Today, however, was a very chaotic day here at the National Assembly where I'm at. Not very long ago, there were some rumors that perhaps Yoon was about to declare a second martial law. The military very quickly denied those rumors, and not only did they deny them, they said even if there was such an order, we wouldn't enforce it. So that was quite notable. The other thing that was notable here was that Yoon was rumored to possibly visit this building in order to meet with lawmakers and find some pathway forward. When that rumor broke out, opposition lawmakers gathered at the entrance here to say, no, we don't want you to visit. We want you to resign. Yoon did not visit. And in the end, the only really significant development that happened today is that Yoon's Conservative Party appeared to fracture, with some members now supporting his impeachment.
Also, President Yoon Yeol met with the ruling People Power Party leader who had asked Yoon to step down. Give us the latest at this point of time, because South Korea's ruling party chief has warned that there is significant risk that Yoon could impose martial law again. And as you were telling us, that there is a second attempt being made there. So give us more details. Can you talk to us a little more about the risks that perhaps are posed at the advent of this?
Yeah, to be clear, we don't know what the risk is. We know that politicians on each side, though, are warning of the possibility that Yoon may declare a second martial law decree. Han, as you mentioned, the PPP party chief, today announced in a very surprising move, essentially that he was, in so many words, abandoning Yoon. Earlier in the week, he had said he was going to fight impeachment as hard as he could. Well, today he pretty much backed down. And he said that it is important that Yoon leave office or at least be suspended so that these types of events don't occur in the future.
What do you think is the reason for this U-turn by the ruling party chief, who earlier said that he would block the impeachment, but now he has come out in support of impeaching the president? What do you think led to this U-turn?
I sure wish I knew. I think that's the question that everyone's asking. There's a lot of questions now, and a lot of accusations, a lot of rumors, not a lot of details. But the one thing that we know for now is that the impeachment vote is still set to happen in this building tomorrow at about 7 p.m. So tomorrow, here's what we expect to happen. Protests pretty much all day, culminating in this vote that will happen right here behind me. There's expected to be many, many protesters. And whether they're very happy or very angry, I suppose, will depend on the outcome of that vote.
The mood on the ground there. What is the general population at large saying about this? What is the media reporting? What are you really picking up from around you?
Well, life goes on in much of Seoul, in most of Seoul. I mean, people are just going about their lives. There are some protests, although to be honest, during the week, the protests aren't usually as big. The expectation is that the protests are going to get really big tomorrow. That's sort of when we're expecting people, of course, to be off work and attend sort of political rallies and things like that. And I think that's why the impeachment vote is planned for a Saturday, to sort of mobilize the street power. But as far as what people are saying on the streets, there's a lot of confusion here. People who have watched South Korean politics for decades are still confounded by what they've seen this week. It makes very little sense in political terms, in national security terms, and really, at the end of the day, we're left with just a shocking amount of questions.
What do you think prompted Yoon for this? Just for the sake of our viewers, if you could just give a little bit of background as to what led to this event.
Yeah, so I think it's important when trying to figure out why Yoon did this to look at the statement he made when he first declared martial law. One of the reasons that he cited was sort of the opposition's attempt to obstruct his governing. They have reduced his budget. They have pursued impeachment charges against his officials. They have continually attacked, verbal attacks on his wife, accusing her of corruption. I think that in the end, he just became very frustrated at this. To be honest, there's a lot of reporting also that suggests that Yoon has become rather isolated. I mean, he suffered a major defeat in legislative elections in April. He has been severely weakened. A lot of the people around him reportedly are sort of not really willing to shoot straight with him. And possibly that may explain some of this sort of very confusing attempt to impose martial law on Tuesday, which pretty much everyone knew was not going to work. In fact, as he reported, it got overturned within hours. So, I think that's all part of it. Another part of it here, I think, is that Yoon may actually believe much of what he says when he smears sort of his opponents as pro-North Korea and things like that. This has long been a political attack here. It's sort of as old as the hills, right? But, I think maybe we should consider the fact that Yoon may, to some degree, actually believe that and is acting on it.
Okay.
It might be an awkward thing to say, but these are at least things that are being discussed here.
We're also getting the live visuals from the protests that are being held over there. Just to let our viewers know, these are live visuals that are coming in from the country. Also, Bill, just wanted to ask you, what do you suppose is the road from here on? How do you see this getting unfolded?
Well, we'll know a lot more tomorrow. As I said, the impeachment vote is expected to happen at 7 p.m. And if they have the votes, well, then, it's pretty clear. The impeachment will then go to the Constitutional Court. which must uphold that verdict. We would expect to get that ruling in the next, several weeks or even maybe a couple months. If they don't have the votes, that's the potential for this to sort of get really crazy and potentially even dangerous, because then it turns into a question of street power and how much Yoon's opponents on the street can sort of really, really apply pressure. And this is a man who is in a very defensive mode right now. He's made some decisions that are a bit confusing. And if people come out in mass to oppose him, there is some question about how that all goes down. However, given what happened today, I think that most analysts here assume they will have the votes tomorrow to impeach. Because the truth of it is, Yoon's party had put on a very kind of serious defense of him earlier this week. That was completely upended today when the party leader abandoned Yoon. That's not to say that all members of the ruling party will vote for impeachment, but they only need 8 out of 108. So it seems possible, very likely even, that they will have enough votes to impeach.
Bill Gallo, thank you so much for that extensive coverage and report.
You're welcome.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.